Hello, welcome to today's video diary for finding my way with Pi, purpose, intention, and emotion. I am Pi, and today I feel like I have been doing some deep learning about myself. Again. I guess we got a little bit of a theme going on, but that is absolutely one of the outcomes of this video diary. I know myself better now than I think I maybe ever have. So this week we've talked a bit about self-worth has cropped up and what that means and what that is and how do we improve it. And working concurrently at the same time with all these thoughts that I'm having about self-worth and what does success mean and the fear of success and all of that. I've been working with my career coach really on this concept of integration, but basically what that means is knowing myself well, being able to articulate that, who I am, what my style is, what my strengths are, what my experience is, and what I'm passionate about. And then, part of that exercise is reflecting on and writing about my life story and really getting comfortable with what my personal values are and what what my nature is, what I need in my life based on who I am and my nature. And all these things are going on in my head. You're going to get a lot of them. And they are all interconnected. I'm listening to this book called Rethinking Success. It's by J. Douglas Holliday. And he talks about success comes from 8 different things. Success is not just achieving fame or wealth or any of those things. And that, in fact, without exception, most people he's worked with who have achieved those things find themselves empty and not feeling successful, or parts of their lives have fallen apart, just not the money. And so he says there are 8 major components of success. Number 1, know and live your own story. That's like that follow your truth. Speak your truth and follow your passions. Number 2, maintain deep connections in your core relationships. And that takes effort and work. Number 3, regularly express gratitude. Number 4, learn to forgive and serve. Number 5, define success and failure for yourself. Number 6, make sure risk continues to play a role in your life. Just being secure dead ends. Number 7, integrate your life rather than compartmentalize it. And number 8, work to leave a legacy for others, and that serves that meaning and purpose. It occurred to me as I was thinking through all of this, and I was thinking about what it meant to be wildly successful, and I'm thinking about how everything is a process, and this process of feels like transformation and change that I'm in the middle of right now. I was staring at the cherry trees in our backyard today, and they're blossoming, and it hit me. Our nature, we are nature, we are part of nature, but we live boxed in these homes separate from nature, and we don't necessarily stick our bare feet on the ground or get reconnected to nature very often. Some of us might, many of us don't. And that's so important for us because nature teaches us and reminds us of our true nature. And if you think about it, change is constant in nature, and so is the process of it. The seasons change, the moon has a cycle, everything has changed. And I was staring at this cherry tree in my backyard, and I realized we cannot just be in the blossoming phase all the time. You can't just be sprouting flowers in this wildly successful space necessarily all the time because you burn out. What happens to the cherry tree if you force it to bloom all the time by feeding it all of this, false nutrients? What happens to it? You're going to burn it out and kill it long before it ever reaches its full potential. But if you just let it live in nature, embrace its nature, it goes through multiple cycles. Yes, in the spring, it blooms. In the summer, it grows and it's green. And then the fall comes and the leaves dry and decay and fall in the winter. And they fall on the ground and they provide nutrients for the roots to continue to grow and get strong until the spring comes around again, and then there's renewal and then growth again in the summer. And this cycle repeats and repeats, and the tree continues to grow. And what happens year after year? It gets taller, it gets more branches, its branches have a farther reach, it bears more fruit, it bears more blossoms. When spring comes, when you let it live true to its nature, it fulfills its greatest potential, becomes who it's supposed to be. And that is what we must echo in our lives. We need change, and we need to let ourselves grow and let ourselves go through the seasons of our lives. And we need to be able to listen to ourselves and know our nature so that as we're going through transformations and as we're going through the change that inevitably comes at different points in our lives, that we know how to stay true to ourselves and we know how to stay true to our nature and embrace the discomfort of change. It is uncomfortable. It's painful. It hurts. There's emotions. There's feeling unsettled. There's uncertainty. And sometimes there's sadness and anger, and all of those things help us. That's the decay process. That helps the things that no longer serve us go back into the earth and feed our roots. So our roots get stronger and then we blossom anew. That's what that is. That's what I'm in the middle of. I sat down today and I reflected on my values. Now, people ask you, what are your values? And you might say things like, oh, family, togetherness, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some things. Church or, whatever. You may say what your values are. Are you saying what your values are? Or are you saying what society expects of you? Your true values are like part of your nature. It's the things in you that speak to who you are, that you are attracted to, that are important and meaningful to you. They are your individual signature values. That's what I mean. I listened to a podcast, Glennon Doyle, We Can Do Hard Things, and I'm not going to remember the name of the psychologist that was on with her right at this moment, but she talked about how you identify your core values. One exercise to help you get there is, if I were to give you the assignment to go plan a dinner party, but plan it in a way that's perfectly right for you, everything that you would put into it, and then come back and talk about that. And what would that be? Would it be very ordered and elegant and dressy and like 5-course meal? Or would it be like a backyard bonfire in the evening with music, sitting around the fire playing music and roasting hot dogs and marshmallows? Or would it be, all different kinds? You get the idea. You plan just some dinner party, and what would it look like to you? And then that will inform some of your values. So I thought about this. I'm like, wow, what would mine be, my dinner party would be, it would be during the summer. It would be warm and wearing comfortable clothes. We'd have comfortable weather. It would be outside and inside. It would be pretty laid back. It would be beautiful. Like I'd have lights sparkling outside over the seated areas, and I'd have colorful paper lanterns out, and I would have fresh flowers everywhere. Basically, just nature around us, touched with lots of color and lots of vibrancy and lots of life. It would be like a serve yourself type of a dinner party. So we'd have all kinds of food. We'd have like easygoing, loosely structured, you know where you get your food, you know where you get your drinks, and it's serve yourself and help yourself, and you are welcome. And there would be waters and somehow like a pool or something, but there would be water around for both play and relaxing. There would be some lounging to soak up the sun, and it would be fun. Like we'd have some fun, like lively music, but also tunes that everybody knows so everybody can sing together. It would feel like just the best kind of a party designed so that people can laugh and feel carefree and enjoy each other's company, enjoy food and drinks, and want to stay long into the night being together. And we would have these deep connections and these deep conversations about life, and just feel the interconnectedness with each other and with life, and this understanding, learning from each other, showing each other, teaching each other, all of those things. That's what my dinner party would be. So I pondered this for a bit, and I realized that I know what my values are. I've always known. In fact, in my late teens and early 20s, I just used to say all the time, like my personal motto is making memories and having fun. My biological father passed away when I was 15 years old, and I got this very sharp awakening about how precious life is, and that we never know when our time will be. And so I just said, we've got to go live. We need to make memories and have fun. That's what this is about. So fun and laughter, it's one of my values. Adventure is also one of my values. I seek adventure. I love it. And, big elaborate adventures, fun, but it could be something simple as long as it's spontaneous. Hey, let's pack a picnic and go to the park. That feels like an adventure to me. I need those moments as well. Spirituality is also one of my values. I'm a deeply spiritual person. I find meaning in the world around me and in the relationships around me and in things that I'm learning and in things that I'm doing. And I need meaning in things that I'm doing. It needs to feel meaningful to me. I also deeply value art and creativity and beauty in my environment. I love to draw. I love poetry. I love to write, and I love to decorate my space in the way that feels right. I don't even have a style. It's all about how it feels. I need this unique blend of feeling carefree and spontaneous and having goals and working towards achieving something. Both are important to me. And also, one of my values, I think, is having some time to reflect, some time to write, some time to go deep within and understand myself, but also learn about the world and connect with nature. Very specifically, I need to put my feet in the sand at the beach. I feel so connected when I'm there. So what is my nature? What does that mean then? Those are my values. So what is my nature? Well, I need change. I thrive in change. I need those cycles of growth and then shedding, then renewal, and then blossoming, and each time becoming more and more of who I am. I cannot get stuck in one place for long. And when I do this and become more of who I am and my best self, I know that I'm more and more wildly successful. I need adventure. I do learn from the world and from people. I feel my own humanity and connectedness when I have adventures. I know we get this one life. I need deep, passionate, adventurous, spiritually connected, tender, nurturing love in my life. I need to see my partner like light up when they see me, just like I light up when I see them. I need that connection. I already said I need to feel my feet in the sand. I need those moments of quiet reflection, creativity, art, and spirituality. I need people. I learn from people. I need to learn. And also, I have a yearning and a need to teach what I learn to others. And I also hope that I can help inspire others just a little bit to accept who they are and embrace their passions. I feel a need to achieve, like always working towards something like a goal and be ready for the next thing. And also, it needs to be meaningful. And then finally, I need to connect with my body. I need like dance or movement or just something that connects me to my body and feels good so that I stay grounded and I remember how to listen to my body. That is how I got to rethinking success. And the first rule of that is to know yourself. This is how I'm knowing myself, is really understanding what my values are. And now what do I do with this? Now I can protect these boundaries and cultivate the space and create the space in my life, design my life, make my choices, take actions, all of those things around my values, because I'm the only one that can protect that. And when I do that, that is when I feel good about my life. That was a lot. It's been a big day. lots of thoughts, lots and lots of conversation, lots of reflection, and curiously observing how I'm feeling. And I had to understand what self-worth really was before I was able to really go, oh, well then how do I love myself? Oh, well then what are my values and how do I stay true to them and all of that. So it's all interconnected and it is a cycle, and this process of awakening is, I don't have words for it. Awful and wonderful all at once. So thank you for being with me on this journey. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope it helps you too. I'll see you tomorrow.